In October 2025, 3 months after the cameras stopped rolling on the set of Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man, the industry witnessed a surgical strike in public relations. Netflix and the BBC did something almost unheard of in the era of spoiler culture. They greenlighted a 2-season sequel series before the final movie had even seen a trailer. The timing was calculated, cold, and incredibly effective. The film would reach audiences until March 2026, yet the studio had already secured Cillian Murphy as an executive producer for the next decade of the franchise. They announced the future before delivering the present. The Immortal Man isn't a farewell to Tommy Shelby. It is a bridge to a cinematic universe meticulously disguised as a finale. This is the story of how an Oscar winner's peak became a franchise's foundation. When Cillian Murphy stood on that stage in March 2024, holding the Academy Award for Best Actor, he wasn't just a performer anymore. He was a $20 million a-picture commodity, the first Irish-born actor to take home that specific gold. The industry's smart money bet on a pivot. Would he stay in the smoke-filled streets of Birmingham when he could command any studio project in Hollywood? The answer didn't come from an agent or a press release. It came from a series of text messages sent to creator Steven Knight. After every major award win, from the Globes to the Oscars, Murphy sent the same brief note: "I really can't wait to be doing Peaky." This wasn't a contractual obligation or a network shackle. It was an actor choosing the weight of continuity over the glitter of opportunism. But Murphy's Oscar created a beautiful, expensive paradox. He became a Hollywood heavyweight at the exact moment his calendar became a fortress. He had immediately committed to 2 smaller prestige projects, Small Things Like These and Steve. Both films received mixed reviews and vanished from the awards conversation. By the time Variety asked him in late 2025 if he was the most in-demand man in Hollywood, his answer was sobering. "No," he said, "because I just wasn't available. Maybe it's too late." His Oscar was a prize without an immediate commercial exit strategy. He was a heavyweight champion in a self-imposed holding pattern. Steven Knight's original battle plan was aggressive, a mid-2024 production start with a release by early 2025. That timeline shattered almost immediately. Filming didn't even begin until September 2024, a 6-month lag that left fans and investors restless. Knight played it cool, citing final touches on a script that seemed to require daily surgery. Principal photography finally wrapped in December 2024, after a lightning-fast 3-month shoot. Then the silence started. The post-production timeline didn't just drift, it expanded to a staggering 15 months. For a gritty crime drama set in the Midlands, this was an eternity. This wasn't Avatar, there were no blue aliens to render. Insiders began to whisper about narrative rewrites and technical failures. What was Knight polishing in the dark for over a year? The first clue arrived with the release strategy announced in December 2025. The film would receive a strictly controlled 2-week theatrical window in March 2026, before hitting Netflix. A March release is a strategic white flag in the world of awards. It disqualifies you from the prestige season entirely. This theatrical window wasn't a play for more gold. It was a loud, clear statement of franchise intent. The film was no longer the destination, it was the launch pad. On October 2, 2025, the mask finally slipped. Netflix and the BBC announced a massive expansion. 2 new seasons, 12 hours of content, and a new generation of Shelbys. The production delays weren't failures, they were infrastructure. The new series, set in 1953, would follow a Birmingham rising from the ashes of the Blitz. Knight's vision was finally clear. The old guard was handing over the wheel. But the real masterstroke was Cillian Murphy's new title. He wasn't just the star of the film, he was now an executive producer on the entire sequel series. This wasn't a farewell tour, he was positioning himself as the godfather to a multi-generational saga.
The 15-month wait wasn't fixing a bad movie. It was spent coordinating multi-season budgets, locking in casting for the new generation, and aligning two massive media engines. It was franchise architecture disguised as post-production. The 2-week theatrical window serves as a massive global coming soon sign. It tells the audience that this story is too big for a small screen, even if you'll be watching the sequel 6 months from now there. Murphy's post-Oscar isolation wasn't a slump, it was a negotiation. While his peers chased superhero capes or studio tentpoles, Murphy deepened his roots in a prestige streaming empire. The Oscar didn't liberate him from Tommy Shelby, it simply made the character more valuable to the people paying the bills. Netflix didn't build a monument to a finished story, they built an empire out of a single man's loyalty. Tommy Shelby never truly dies, he simply becomes the executive producer of his own immortality. Murphy, at 53, has discovered a strange new irony on the other side of his Academy Award. The price of staying true to the character that made him is the construction of a franchise that might eventually outlive the performance itself. He has built a golden cage out of Birmingham steel. It leads us to a final and uncomfortable question for any artist in the age of the algorithm. What does it mean to win everything only to realize you've signed away the freedom to use it?